สวัสดีจ้า
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
กำลังรับสมัครเพื่อนร่วมทางน่ะ
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. There it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
เกมนี้มีใครแต่งตัวปกติด้วยเหรอ
Blonde. Dresses all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like his?
หรือว่าเจอน้องแล้วเหรอ
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
บอกว่าจะเป็นญาติห่างๆของเคโถ
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? Eye patches can't prove that you're related anyway.
นั่นสิฮะ
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
จะโดนแวกเนอร์ด่าไหมอ่ะ แล้วก็ชอบคุยกับแวกเนอร์เลยอ่ะ นางชอบบีนอ่ะ
What? You need something?
เห็นไหมดุอีกแล้ว
Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights or the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
ฉันจะไม่กดผิดถ้าจะไม่คุยกับเธอแพทเทิร์น
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
มีแต่ตัวเลือกที่มีแอลกอฮอล์อีกแล้ว นี่ก็อยากกินแอลกอฮอล์จัง
Hey Charles, have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
Welcome, sir. The
อู้
wine that you previously ordered is here.
กินไวน์ด้วย ทำไมเขาถึงมีสิทธิ์กินไวน์นะ
It's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
สวัสดี ฉันคืออัศวิน
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
ฉันเป็นนักเดินทาง
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling?
ตามหาน้องสาวน่ะโอ้โห
Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
That little one beside you.
ตัดสินใจลำบากจังเลย บ้าน่ะ ก็ต้องเป็นคู่หูที่ดีที่สุดนะสิ
And you know it.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me?
เดนสเลฟโอเค ชื่อนี้เนาะเชิญมาเข้าทีม
Sure.
ฮะ
So
จริงด้วย
cool just a moment before. Hyman's got a bad feeling about this.
ว้าย
But I will
มีเสียงความคิด
require
ไพมอน
advance
ด้วย
payment. 500 mora and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a
ไม่มีเงิน
one-time
น่ะ
fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment. That's it.
เฮ้ย
Now
500 ก็
Hyman's
เงิน
got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be...
Thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only
Wait.
about differences in attitude.
เอาแล้ว
I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer. Question 1.
เฮ้ยจะตอบได้ไหมอ่ะ
The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis?
ผักเปลี่ยนขยับเลย
I
พูด
know
เลยยาวเหยียด
everything that I should. Well, answer the question.
อุ้ยเครดิตเรนติเครดิตตัวเองหรือว่าคิดทุกคน แต่ความเป็นจริงแล้วอะฉันก็เล่นอยู่คนเดียวนะ แต่เราจะตอบอย่างลูกคนโลกสวย
Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity?
กลุ่มเซียนหรืออันนี้คือกลุ่มหนิงกวงใช่ไหมนี่คือทุกคนปกครองตัวเองแก๊งหนิงกวงแล้วกันเพราะว่านางอุตส่าห์เสียสละบ้านเป็นโฮมเลสอยู่ตอนนี้
So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
อุ้ยอาจจะไม่เลยก็ได้เนาะ
So, this is your answer then. I understand. As I thought. You really are similar to her.
ใครอะน้องเราเหรอ
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being, one that commands the Abyss Mages.
อย่าบอกนะเราต้องไปปราบอบิสเมที่ร้ายขึ้นเหรอ
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid.
อะไร
It's possible that they may have been under orders to redirect your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something.
ทำไมฉันคิดว่าตัวร้ายมันรู้จักเราเหรอ
Uh-huh. We're super duper strong.
That manner, it's just like hers.
เฮ้ย
Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there. This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss, the Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover on...
พูดเรื่องอะไร
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
แนะนำ28ต้องมีน้ำแข็งในทีม เราไม่ให้พี่แดนสลีปมาเล่น
Just
เลย
a
อะ
few Abyss Mages? Seems like that herald might have already left.
เล่าเรื่องมาสิ
The Abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
ตอนนี้มีอะไรหลายอย่างน่าสนใจนะ คนที่แม่พูดถึงคือใคร ซึ่งเรารู้สึกว่าเป็นน้องสาวตลอดเวลา แล้วมันบอกว่าพวกอบิสเมดอะเหมือนเลี้ยงเรา เราเริ่มแบบ เฮ้ยทำไมถึงต้องเลี้ยงเราอะมันมีความแบบอะไรบางอย่างอะ
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only.
รู้จักด้วยเหรอ
No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling
น้องสาวเราใช่ไหม
companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
โอเค
Check out that bonfire. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss. Looks like the Abyss really has been around here.
Have you finished searching?
เรียบร้อ
I
ยแล้ว
searched
จ้า
around these parts and found some signs myself, but they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
คุณพี่จะพาทัวร์ครบบอสรายอาทิตย์แล้วนะ
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon of the east had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it.
นั่งอยู่มา100 ปี
Do
หรอ
you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
แฮมมอนตัวอะไร
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them.
หนีได้ค่ะ ก็หนีตั้งหลายครั้ง
Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
น้องเราใช่ไหม
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
She no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
ไม่หมายความว่าน้องเราเป็นอะไรอ่ะ
Is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's fisherman's toast is pretty tasty.
ไพมอนรีบมากเลยอ่ะ
Liyue's
ยัง
one-man
ตั้งหลาย
restaurant
เมือง
is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
อะไร อะไรอ่ะ กลิ่นอันที่คุ้นเคยคืออะไร
What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster.
น้องเราอยู่นี่เหรอ
Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place.
เนี่ยนางเคย
It
มา
doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
เฮ้ย
So, Dane,
น้องเรามากับมันเหรอ
what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed that person around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
โอ้ยังมีรอยเท้ารุ่นเก่าจริงๆด้วยอะไรอ่ะเฮ้ย
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out.
เดี๋ยวเขาหลอกนี่
Huh? You mean your sister?
อืม
But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
ตอนที่สัมผัสไปโดน เฮ้ย
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
อะไรอ่ะ
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
ต้องตรวจดูให้รู้
Do
เรื่อง
not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that she is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find her itself.
ต้องได้เจออย่างแน่นอน
Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving?
โธ่
Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again.
ใช่ เพราะถ้าเธอลงตู้เมื่อไหร่ ฉันจะเปิด
After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me. เมื่อไหร่เราจะได้ดูเรื่องนี้ต่อวะเนี่ย กว่าจะต่อเรื่องนี้คือแบบก็นานมากเหมือนกันนะ